Radio aerials, radar, symbols of technological advance, keeping ship in touch with ship, ship in touch with shore. This is Aberdeen, a city that lives by the sea. At its heart, beneath granite towers and modern office blocks, in streets where trees still find light to grow, are its commercial and educational institutions.
I've learnt a lot being at Robert Gordon's. I've had a year out. I'm going to Shell International. I think the aspect of having worked in industry for a year holds you in good stead for actually obtaining employment with companies and also for your future career.
Wow, that's me 37 years ago. Lots of white hair and a bit of a beard, so it's definitely a blast from the past.
4 weeks to his finals. Andrew Laird from Montrose opted for the Business Studies degree at Robert Gordon's.
It's a really nice place. There's a lot of things to do. The actual course itself, there's a good balance between theory and practical. In fact, the college places a lot of emphasis on the practical aspect.
You know, if you look at the hairstyles, you look at the clothes and the cars, it's definitely a different time. But it does remind me of the benefits of studying here at Robert Gordon's. And it's true today as it was then.
College is spread over several sites in Aberdeen. This is Keppelston, which houses Hotel and Institutional Administration, Nutritional Science and Home Economics. At Hilton, there are 2 more schools. Andrew Laird spent 3 of his 4 years here. At Garthdee, RGIT embraces architecture and Gray's School of Art.
If I look back at the campus, it's very different today from what it was then. You know, back in those days, the campus was split over many sites. We had the engineering down at School Hill, we had nutritional science at Keppelston, and the business school where I studied was up at the Hilltown. So the different parts of the university didn't really come together very often, apart from social events. So it's definitely very different now when I see everything under one roof in one beautiful new architecturally designed campus.
The effective market planning activity calls for the searching and finding of the relationships between different levels, types and allocations of marketing resources, remembering that they vary in each of these definitions, and the corresponding...
I want to get to the top, and I think doing business studies at Robert Gordon's will get me there.
Yeah, looking at some of the lecturers, they were big characters, very passionate about their subject, which made for a good learning experience. Yeah, some of the lecturers, looking back at it, especially those that were teaching financial management, I recall, had great characters in their own way, very passionate about their subject. Some of them had experience of working in the city in London, and that made for a really good learning experience.
I came to RGIT based on the recommendations of an ex-student. I came out of school with 4 hires, and they were technically based, and I didn't really want to come to RGIT at that point. I worked in the family business for a year, decided that agricultural contracting wasn't, my heart wasn't in it. So I decided to come to the business school.
It still feels surreal thinking I did that 37 years ago when I was here in my last year studying and just preparing for my finals. And I'd just been told that I'd got a job at Shell International if I got my degree. So the pressure was pretty much on.
In first year, we have a residential week out at Tarland House where we play a business game, and this aspect's carried on into our 3rd year where we actually go out into industry and work for a complete 12 months.
For me, I've had a successful career with Shell, recently retiring after 35 years in the position of Group Enterprise Manager, and I've worked all over the world in different locations in the UK and overseas. And I'm pleased to still be connected with the university. I'm now mentoring some postgraduate students in project and supply chain management. So it feels really good about giving something back after all those years.
Aberdeen's finances are in good shape, its economy sound, particularly since the discovery of oil beneath the North Sea. A city undergoing industrial and commercial change at a rate faster than any other city in Britain.
If I look at the city then and now, there's still a lot of similarities, and things of physical buildings haven't actually moved. Oil industry was very dominant then, and that's transitioning to renewables now, I believe. So I think Aberdeen is still a vibrant place to come. The Granite City, it always has a nice glow on it. Always remember happy days here in the sunshine, studying outside and filming the original video. A large part of that was done in the various campuses around the site.
The city of Aberdeen is a bustling place. There's lots to see, lots to do. It has a reputation for being friendly. This is Aberdeen, a city that lives by the sea.